Windows XP is an operating system revered by almost all who used it. From home users to professionals, its reputation is unmatched. But how did it get this way? What led to its development? And where in the world is this hill? Our story begins in 1998, during the Windows Hardware Engineering Conference. At that time, consumer Windows versions were built atop the aging framework laid by MS-DOS, Microsoft's command line OS from the 1980s. Due to its single-tasking nature, this made Windows feel unstable and insecure. Because of this, Microsoft announced that there would be no more DOS-based Windows versions. Instead, they planned to integrate the more robust NT kernel from their enterprise versions into new consumer models. To facilitate this transition, Microsoft introduced Windows ME, but this release would be marred with stability issues and driver problems stemming from its continued reliance on MS-DOS, which they attempted to cover up by disabling the command prompt boot option to make it look like it was more independent from the DOS subsystem of prior Windows releases. Around the same time though, Microsoft launched Windows 2000 for professional and enterprise users, which leveraged the NT kernel for enhanced stability and security over any of its previous consumer offerings. Due to the stable reputation of Windows NT releases compared to the failure that was ME, Microsoft began two new projects, Neptune and Odyssey, to bring the NT kernel to consumer releases, later merging the two into Windows Whistler, and later Windows XP. Windows XP released in 2001 to critical acclaim, bridging the gap between consumer and enterprise operating systems by incorporating the user-friendly features of the consumer line into the more robust NT kernel. However, it wasn't without its criticisms. Some called it the Fisher-Price OS, after its toy-like simplified visual style. Others complained about the system requirements being higher than any version of Windows before it, due to numerous new features and improvements. Amidst the mixed reviews, the tech landscape was evolving on another front. Video games were reaching new heights, with titles like Half-Life 2 capturing the attention of gamers worldwide. The immersive storytelling and advanced graphics of these games marked a significant step forward in the gaming industry, providing users with unprecedented new experiences. However, in the midst of this striking technological progress, Windows XP found itself in a storm of criticism thanks to the rise of the Blaster and Sasser worms in 2003 and 2004, which both congested the global internet, slowing it down significantly. The worms worked by exploiting vulnerabilities that had already been patched and publicly documented by Microsoft, but they still experienced massive success due to the vast numbers of people who simply disabled automatic updates, considering them a waste of bandwidth. Despite all its flaws, Windows XP entered a golden age characterized by widespread adoption and positive reception due to its user-friendly interface, broad compatibility with older software, and all-around appeal to novice computer users who may not have understood the underlying complexities of the more elaborate DOS-based versions. The release of Windows XP Service Pack 2 in 2004 further solidified its reputation by addressing security concerns and introducing features like the Windows Firewall and Security Center. During this period, software tailored for Windows XP flourished, with Microsoft Office, Internet Explorer, and various multimedia applications gaining widespread usage. The Service Pack updates not only bolstered security, but also improved the overall performance and reliability of the operating system, garnering positive reviews from both users and industry experts. This revolution in multimedia that came about on Windows XP coincided with the multimedia revolution online, namely on video hosting and streaming sites like Yahoo Video, Justin.tv, and YouTube. This heralded the explosion of a video format that is better shown than described. This overall positive reception would quickly come into conflict with Microsoft's release of Windows Vista in 2006, an OS that would be quickly marred by the same issues that brought about Windows XP's succession of ME, low stability and poor hardware support. These reasons made a lot of people stick to what they knew, and this was only bolstered by XP Service Pack 3's release in 2008, backporting some security features from Windows Vista, making XP an even more viable OS at the time. This dominant position as the top Windows version in terms of internet traffic remained even through the 2009 launch of Windows 7, another very well received version that aimed to take the framework of Windows Vista and make it more commercially viable by using the same basic strategy they used with XP. They simplified the UI to be more consumer friendly, made adjustments to underlying features for added stability, and marketed it towards novice computer users. XP would only lose this title in 2011, after Microsoft expended massive marketing budgets into Windows 7. Windows XP's legacy extended far beyond its official discontinuation in 2014. Many businesses continue to use it into the late 2010s, and in some countries, it still remains a popular choice today. There are even communities online like the Windows XP forums and Vogons, who specialize in keeping older installments of Windows as close to functional in the modern world as possible, making custom web browsers and archiving old Windows updates to keep them online. However, this relaxed approach to software upgrades backfired for many in 2017, when the WannaCry ransomware used the previously patched Eternal Blue exploit, initially discovered by the NSA to infiltrate vulnerable systems, encrypt files, and demand a ransom to have them decrypted. The reason this exploit worked so well is because many industries such as healthcare and infrastructure didn't consider upgrading to a supported version a high priority, or in some places, it was completely impossible to upgrade due to proprietary software that couldn't run on a newer OS. Despite this, XP still lives on, whether it be in the outdated workstation machines or the old computer you forgot about decades ago. There's no denying the impact it made on the technology sector in general. Reviews and retrospectives acknowledge Windows XP as a well-designed, huge success, and one that left an indelible mark on the world of technology. And as for that hill, the photo is called Bliss, although the original photographer, Charles O'Rea, named it Bucolic Green Hills. It's situated in Wine County, California. The photo was taken in 1996 and was sold to Microsoft for what O'Rea described as the second largest payment ever made to a photographer for a single image. It is now estimated to be the most viewed image in human history. Thank you all for watching.